The Hindu, Madras, Monday, January 22, 1990. Between you and me. Well, meaning friends ever interested in the well being and progress of Madras always keep on asking themselves and their friends what could possibly be done to keep the city healthy and habitable, if not green and beautiful. Their asking seems to assume a new urgency in view of the historic event of the city's completion of 350 years of its existence in the later half of the last year, July or August, depending on the date of the deed granting the nucleus of the land to the East India Company. As it happened, the event went almost unnoticed by the public at large, maybe because of the more important preoccupations of the powers that be. But for the enthusiasm of a few non official groups and the earnestness of one or two intellectuals with a sense of history, even the educated and enlightened section of citizens would have remained obvious of many things that need to be better known. There is no harm in our trying and doing something about the matter at least during the current year. If the deed was granted in 1639, something equally or even more important happened in the next year. It was on St. George's Day in 1640, that is April 23, that work on the initial factory was completed and it was christened Fort St. George, as we learn from Mr. S. Muthaya, the historian of Madras. And he regrets with many of us that none of the real founders of the city, Francis Day, the factor, or Berry Timarana, his Dabash, or Andrew Cogan, the company's agent, is remembered in the city. That city and chronology have little or no chance of survival when populist mythology takes over in any patriotic upsurge is a common enough experience the world over. Be that as it may, there are many number of practical problems that demand immediate attention from all sectors of the public, governmental and non-governmental, civic and social, corporate and individual. It is not clear as yet when we are going to have an elected council headed by mayor for the corporation. Their work can be, and probably is to some extent, being done by others, the circle offers and their colleagues, under the leadership of the commissioner and the guidance of the special officer known for his experience and maturity. Heartening to find the energetic minister for local administration and his lions to take the plunge in areas that are usually given a wide berth by leaders who prefer to keep their clothes unruffled and their feet neat and tidy. It is to be hoped that his enthusiasm and alertness would make a dent on accumulated layers of lethargy and indifference. It remains a moot point whether the improvement of civic standards depends mainly on the personal style of operation of the political head or is a matter of adequacy of resources and the smooth and efficient functioning of the machinery of administration. The former could occasionally give the latter a jolt and serve as a stimulant but cannot be a staple feature or a substitute. There are encouraging signs, however, of a growing number of voluntary civic and social organizations and citizens' welfare associations all over the city with an increasing degree of awareness and needs of problems of citizens. Some of them are full of new ideas for solving the problems, like ExNoRa International, for instance. The basic issue that remains is one of implementation and coordination. Suitably to local conditions cannot be quite lost sight of. Either foreign examples may be easy to admire but hard to emulate in practice. What was done in highly developed, neat little pockets like Hong Kong and Singapore may or may not be possible in sprawling human settlements like Calcutta and Madras in the huge landmass that is India. As for coordination, a lot remains to be done. When the infrastructure is available and awareness is in evidence, the Sheriff of Madras could take the initiative in cooperation with the special officer and the blessings of the minister to call a functional meeting of representative institutions and individuals to take a hard look at the city and its problems. Beginning with the basics, that is, roads and pavements, water supply and electricity, sanitization and hygiene, the approach could be programmatic for a good beginning.